What is last one? This is Spectrum here, and welcome back to a new Let's Play. As I promised, we're gonna have two Let's Plays on this channel, and I thought it wouldn't be better than to do First Degree. And this is in case this is not the actual main game, just to make that clear to everyone, in case you guys don't know. The main game is still in development as well, you can check out the whole progress of the game through their Patreon, which is Parvable. I think I said that right. I hope I did. But they did for a consolation, if you will, they are putting out a side game which features all the characters from the main game, and it's just kind of like get a good background on like what and who they are, I guess, and figure out, like, you know, who we might choose when the main game comes out, which is going to be different from this one, based off what I played from the first demo. If you guys remember the first demo, it definitely had like a visual novel murder mystery. I said I completely backwards, but had a murder mystery visual novel vibe to it, and it looked really interesting. And I think our main character name is Ray, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Ray. But yeah, he's an interesting professor. I think he was a professor, if I remember correctly. Professor Ray. I remember the twins. I remember the detective. I'm not sure if he worked with Ray or not. I can't remember. I remember those three. I feel like there's a fourth guy, but I don't remember. But that's all I remember. But the good thing is, when we get into this, we'll find out more about those characters, and I'll definitely remember them when the main game comes out. And again, if you want to check out this game for yourself and buy it, which I think it was $10 for the price I bought it at, link in the description box down below if you want to check it out. Highly recommend to do so, because I remember loving the demo, so I genuinely just am really excited to be playing this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start First Degree. What a lovely summer. Well, I mean, yeah, now it's a lovely summer with all the BL I have and making videos again and live streaming. Like, that's been the best thing by far this year. Yeah, this year, yeah, 2020 sucks. So this is really nice. I forgot. Maybe I should like, I'll turn up the volume a bit, just because I feel like when I was playing, by the way, in case you guys don't know, I am playing another game called Room Number 9. I just noticed they both have like numbers in their names, but Room Number 9. If you want to check out that video, it's in the videos on my main channel. You can look at my main channel page and you can check that out for yourself. Just a heads up, and in case you guys are wondering, I will be live streaming tomorrow. I will include more live streaming. I just want to get a more consistent video schedule first, and then I'll start adding live streams to the schedule to just get like a rhythm going, you know. Anyways, ooh, okay, so we start out on routes. Okay, so we don't choose one. It is a side game after all, so it kind of makes sense that they would do something like this, which I'm 1000% okay with. I don't remember Aiden. I don't remember June. Okay, I think Aiden was that detective guy. I don't remember June or Minami. I do remember the twins because they're college students, I think. Let's go with twins because that sounds interesting, does it not? It just, I do remember them because they were pretty aggressive, if you will. But it's a surprisingly gorgeous day. It's warm, but not sweltering hot. And I found myself looking forward to spending the day in the grass with my boys. They're both studying for their summer exams, and at Leo's suggestion, we brought a picnic lunch to the park with us. Leo is carrying a large basket laden with food, while I have the blanket to lay on the grass. Oh, okay. Oh, how did I voice him? This is interesting. I have to voice. I remember that they do have voice acting, but I don't, maybe not in this, but they do have voice acting in the main game, at least as far as I remember. What about that spot over there? I look at where he's pointing and see a nice shady spot under a tree that looks perfect for our plans. As time passes, the shade shouldn't move too much and should keep us at least somewhat cool. Sorry. I think it looks perfect. What do you think, Griffith? Looks fine to me. Let's hurry and set up so we can eat and get to work. Maybe I should look up how the voice acting reels and just see how I should be able to voice act these characters, because I'm curious. Look at the outfits, by the way. Interesting attire for a picnic, to say the least. Don't you guys think? I mean, I'm surprised there's not like a daddy chain attached to Ray's neck. Anywho, I roll my eyes at his straightforwardness, which is surprisingly, because, you know, it is a BO game after all. There's no such thing as being straightforward ever, but start shaking out the blanket as we walk up the path to the shady circle at the base of the tree. I did notice I didn't break out into the Taylor Swift song. Leo sets the basket down near the trunk and helps me spread out the blanket as Griffith starts rummaging through his bag. Once the blanket is sufficiently placed, I start unloading all of the food. There's some sandwiches and assorted fruits and nuts. You say, oh, but okay. Brain food, or so we've been led to believe. Setting down his bag, Leo joins me on the blanket and Griffith follows shortly after. My boys dig into the sandwich. Like I said, my boys dig into the sandwiches in relative silence, and it gives me a moment to think over the two of them. They've been studying so hard lately. Well, at least Griffith has, that I haven't seen much of either, but this study day has given me a chance to be with both of them for a little while before their exams eat up their schedule. With 3 hungry men, the sandwiches disappeared quickly, and soon the fruit is brought out. With a laugh, Leo leans over towards Griffith with a grape and holds it to his lips. Griffith's eyes are hungry as he takes the fruit from his brother's fingers, tongue coming up to the glide between them, and pulls the sweet treat into his mouth. Oh snap. He chews thoughtfully while selecting another piece of fruit. This time it's a strawberry, and he holds it for Leo to taste. Leo bites into it with a suggestive grunt that he has me shifting on my spot on the blanket. It'll be my turn soon. At least I thought it would be my turn. After they traded it back and forth a few times, realized they had no intention of including me in the teasing. I can't believe my eyes. How could they just sit there and flirt in front of me and expect that I would just be okay with it? I take my own strawberry, nibble it on lightly out of spite. I'm not even hungry anymore. As I continued laughing and whispering and feeding one another, I can feel my gaze getting sharper with each devoured piece of fruit. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, Griffith happens to look up and catch the expression on my face. Something wrong, Ray. You're leaving me out. Shrug it off. Shrug it off. Ooh. Nothing. I just feel left. Ooh. Okay, so the good thing is here, it's like, I feel like these choices, I mean, yeah, this is a side game after all, so I'm sure there's like a bad end, but it's not really a bad end, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's just kind of like, oh, well, we didn't get a chance to go out with, in this case, them. So I feel like this is one of those cases where it's like, based off the choice we get right, it's going to be, we're going to find out how these characters are going to be in the main game, which is nice. So are they going to be like more into the whole, like, did I be suggestive about it by like shrugging it off, like showing more, I guess, or saying nothing to give them a hint? Because they seem like, again, I think they're pretty aggressive, you know, guys, to say the least. If you remember that one CG, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like if we just say it, they're just not gonna, I don't know, they could tease us more. Oh, okay, that's actually, I thought it was like a bug on my screen. No, it's just a freaking button. Okay, but you're leaving me out. Yeah, I just feel left out. I don't know, I feel like those two are probably the wrong options. The only reason I'm saying that because they both sound the same, and knowing my BL knowledge in visual novels, that's usually the case. If two of the answers seem the same, they're probably not right. So it's either between nothing or shrug it off. So I think if I shrug it off, I think that's also the wrong answer, because it's just going to seem like, oh, obviously I don't want it. It's just like, you know, I'm in my own thing, and it's just kind of like a giving them the nod, saying like, oh, I'm not interested. But if I say nothing, and I'm assuming he's going to say it in like a tsundere type of way, then I think they're going to start teasing me, which is the good choice here. So based off that knowledge alone, I'm going to go with nothing. Because you know how it is when someone says, you know, how are you doing, or like more of like, are you okay, and it's like, yeah, it's nothing, you know, say something like that, you know something's wrong. But okay, it's nothing. Sure didn't seem like nothing, but whatever. I don't know about this one, but I'm getting full anyway. Let's get started and get studying over with. I drop it, but I can't believe that the two of them think that I wouldn't care. They don't seem it, and they don't seem to. They don't seem to, and I'm a little upset. I don't want to ruin our day together, so I just try to let it go. All right, let me see your study guide, and we'll get to work. Liu pulls a stapled set of papers out of his bag and hands them to me. It's a little wrinkled from being stuffed into a messy bag, but at least it's still mostly readable. He gives me a coy smile and looks proud as he could be. If I'm being honest, I'm surprised he still has it. Griffith rolled his eyes and leans back on his bag, using it as a pillow as he waits for me to ask questions. For the first 5 minutes, everything seems to be going just fine. Then, as usual, Leo starts to get bored, and a bored Leo means trouble, always. Griff, I'm tired. He sounds so whiny when he gets like this. I roll my eyes fondly and start to move on to the next question. Can I lay on you, Griff? Please? I don't care. Just get back to work. Leo has a happy grin on his face as he lays back with his head pillowed on Griffith's stomach. Griffith's fingers idly play with his hair, and I feel anger for my earlier bubbling up once more. Aren't you going to continue with the interrogation, Ray? I clear my throat trying to shake off ooh, the jealousy and the anger, but they cling to me, and I'm sure my voice sounds snippy when I ask the next question. They answer a few more, but eventually they get more interested in making each other laugh than studying. Slapping the paper down on the blanket with a huff, I grab my bag and start looking for the stack of papers I still needed to grade. Right? Is everything alright? If you two aren't going to study, then I might as well just grade the papers for all the attention you're giving me. Griffith's eyes look sharp, but I ignore him in favor of the ruthlessly grading exams June entrusted to me. My pen is as swift as I dissect and eviscerate each student's paper with a fervor I didn't know I had. My anger at the twins is obviously affecting my work, but I can't muster up the energy to dare. If they wanted some alone time so much, they could have at least turned me down for the study session today. The exams distracted me long enough to let my rage subside, at least slightly, but now I'm just distracted by the twins' voices. So, you said you wanted to think about it. I've given you plenty of time. Well, what about London? Why don't you want to go back to London so badly? It's beautiful there, and it's never as hot as here. Yeah, but it almost rains all the time. The rain is pretty. Rain means mud and being wet. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be damp for the rest of my life. My heart clenches in my chest. They're talking about moving away? This is the first I've ever heard about it. And what about Ray? Have you asked him about London? No, I wanted to wait until you decided. You know he's not going to like that proposition being sprung on him. My pen squeaks from my grip as they both turn to look at me. Are you listening, Ray? What do you think? I don't know. I have to play a role, but what role am I playing as? Am I going full student today? Because if I say that, I should go with the fourth one, I guess? Now I get a say? I don't know. Do I be like more dismissive about it? I'm not going to say I don't know. I don't know, maybe I make it more complicated. I don't know. I mean, there's 4 choices. I don't know. It could be 1 out of 4 is the right ones, or it could be like kind of like 1 great one and 1 bad one and then 2 bad ones, which I don't know. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna choose. When were you gonna? Yeah, let's go with that one because I don't know anymore. When were you two going to tell me that you're going to think about moving? I completely forgot how to English. When we decided when we were moving to. Alright, why don't we talk about this later, huh? We're supposed to be studying. If you don't want me to know, then why did you two even bring it up? It's just something we're talking about right now, right? I was thinking and wanted to ask Griff about it. I can't help but to see red at that. They don't even care they're excluding me from this. I should have seen the signs ages ago that they were getting tired of me. I'm such a fool. Well, do me a favor, and the next time you have such important plans that don't include me, keep those conversations to yourself. With that said, I shove the remaining papers in my bag and I sling it over my shoulder. I need some space. I need to think about what I really want from this relationship. I stand without looking at either of them, turn on my heel and walk away. Oh, so we're already in a relationship with them. Okay, well, I should have got the... Because it would be a little bit, yeah, I mean, it would be strange to say the least. That, you know, you have a professor and 2 students, you know, out and about. But okay, especially twins, I guess. I don't know, but oh, I just know. How come I didn't recognize the freaking headband earlier? That's kind of adorable, if I say so myself. But okay, okay, interesting. So based off of which route we choose, we're in a relationship with initially. I guess it's just to see if the relationship stays intact. So that's going to be the main conflict in this one, is that can we convince them to not go to London together? Because if they go to London, then obviously I'm not going, because I think I'm a professor. Now I don't remember. Ray might be a assistant. I don't remember. I honestly don't anymore, but you get what I'm trying to say here. Anywho, I thought it was more than just fun, but I guess I thought wrong. From behind, I hear footsteps chasing after me. I don't want to turn around, but in the end, I do, and see that it's Griffith walking close behind. Ray, don't go running off like that. Talk to me. Why? You two certainly didn't seem interested in talking to me all day. It's not that we don't want to talk to you. Well, what is it then? We're just used to it being just the two of us. We don't normally have a third person we talk to about important decisions. It should be 3. I mean, yeah, this is definitely abnormal. So that's why I laugh. I don't know. I don't know what to choose. I'm terrible at choices. You guys know how I am. Goodness me. Like, I feel like most of the time I choose the wrong choices. The one time I accidentally was right was legitimately in the dramatical murder games, where it was Clear's route and obviously Kojaka's, which were the two easiest. Like, I don't know how anyone could screw those up, honestly. Noises was hard, and then Minx was, I don't remember how you get Minx's bad end, but yeah, like legitimately that's the only time I think I ever made good choices, because for the most part, maybe not so good. I don't know. It feels like it too. I don't know. Oh, was he crying? Yeah, and you made me feel like I mean nothing. You don't do it on purpose. Look, if you two just want to say that, then it's fine. Just tell me. That's not it, Ray. Isn't it? You told me I wasn't just a toy, but that's exactly how you're both treating me. No, we aren't. You don't even get it. That's the worst part about all of this. If you want us to be 3, then you need to start treating me like I belong with the 2 of you. I can't take arguing with him about this anymore. If he doesn't see what I'm trying to tell him, then what's the point of continuing to talk in circles? I need some time to think. I don't even want to look at him right now. I can't. I turn sharply and head for the thicker part of the trees ahead. Maybe if I go there, they won't be able to find me easily, and I can take some time to think about what I want out of this. So, are you coming to try and convince you that the 2 of you don't mean it too? I came to talk to you about everything. Well, I don't want to hear it. Like I told Griffith, I need some time to think. I turn to walk away, but a hand on my shoulder stops me yet again. Why are you so upset? I can't believe he has the nerve to ask me that. I feel like you do. Oh, I mean, do you think? I mean, to be fair, I don't know. Hold on, I'm trying to remember the conversation we just had. Did they? I mean, yeah, they did kind of ignore. Like I say, us. You know what I mean? They ignored Ray. They're talking about London, which is obviously a big decision for any relationship. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna move like outside of the country. It's like, yeah, that's a big decision in a relationship, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, why are you not telling me directly and, you know, nonchalantly talking about it like I'm a side person? Yeah. So Ray has every right to be bad, especially over that. It's like, okay, come on, man, this is big, and you don't want to tell me? It kind of reminds me of oh, such a great movie. We are gonna watch this on Twitch one day, 1000%, because it is one of my favorite movies. I freaking love it. It's probably, I don't know, it's arguably my favorite horror movie, but it's Midsommar. But if you ever see Midsommar, you probably know what scene I'm talking about. The scene where I think the actor's name is Jack, so I'm just gonna say Jack. I'm pretty sure it's Jack, but pretty much the boyfriend had a trip planned with his friend slash wait, what do you call it? I was gonna say teammates, but that's not the right way to put it. Like, he planned a trip to go to Sweden with his friends and fellow classmates, I guess is the best way to put it. And they were going to go to Sweden to do like a thesis paper and everything, and do go on like an anthropological trip. And the thing is, he never told his girlfriend of, I think, at least, I can't remember, it was like 3 years, I think. His girlfriend in 3 years, he didn't even mention it until at a party where it was like briefly mentioned. She was like, oh, I didn't know you're gonna go. And it was just like really awkward because everyone was like, oh, his friends and stuff, yeah, they're just like, you know, they didn't know what to say because it was just, they all knew that he never told her, and it was just like really awkward. It was like, and then they had an argument after. I mean, yeah, it's like one of those things where like, it's wrong to do. So yeah, anyways, I feel like you two don't actually care. It's probably the best answer, maybe. And maybe that one, or you don't know, because I'm not gonna go with the third one because I don't think it's like a damn toy. It's either 4 or 1. Because it doesn't seem one-sided, because he generally seems like he cares. Leo in this case. I'm gonna go with 4. Oh, it was the right choice. I just feel like neither of you really care how I feel. We do care. Oh, I didn't mean to double click. I am so sorry about that. Can I go back? No, I can't go back. I'm so sorry, guys. I could reload it, but yeah, it's okay. I'm sure it wasn't super important. We really don't mean to make you feel left out, Ray. You don't have quite the way of showing it. Do you even know what it's like to be alone? The look that crossed his face then is dark, and I could tell I hit a nerd somewhere. I'd never seen Leo this upset before. Will you at least let me explain? I may be surprised by his reaction, but I'm still angry too, and I refuse to back down. My arms are crossed already, so I just raise an eyebrow and tap my foot expectantly. Leo swallows loudly and takes a deep breath before he starts speaking. Griffith and I didn't mean until we were in high school. Our parents split up when we were just toddlers. He and Dad stayed in the States, and our mom and I moved to London. This is all information I didn't know before, and given the situation, I'm skeptical. You act like you two have known each other your whole lives. Because we love each other, that doesn't mean that we've always known each other. When we finally got together, we didn't even want to be apart again, so we haven't. It's just easy to think that our opinions are the only ones we need to get, but because it's been the two of us alone for a while. Leo's expression still frustrated, but I can still see he's easing up a little now as he still tells their story. We don't know what it's like to be alone. Or we do know what it's like to be alone. And we also know we can be a lot to handle. That's why we care about you, Ray. Because you do know how to handle us. As there's no text here. Looking up at Leo, I know I want to spend a lifetime between them in every sense, but I'm still not sure I get past the way they treat me sometimes. If you care, that why treat me like I'm nothing? It's how we've always treated people that aren't the two of us. Even when we care, it's hard to get out of the habit. Then how can I ever trust that any of that is going to change? We're getting better, and we're going to keep trying to get harder, you know. Wait, what? Oh, wait, getting hard? No, wait, hold on. We're going to keep trying harder every day. Yeah, if I said it the way I said it before, when I realized what I said, that's a whole different meaning. That's a whole different problem, you know. It's like, okay, well, that could be fixed because there is some medicine for that type of thing, and you know, all of a sudden it's boo, literally, you know, burst from 2 to 8 inches, whatever it could be. I don't know. Okay, at the end of it all, I'm just so unsure. Can you just give me a little bit of time to think, please? Sure, anything you need. Leo offers me a hand, and I take it to receive a reassuring squeeze from his and a kiss on top of my head. Come find us when you're ready. He seems reluctant to let go of me, but he does all the same, and I watch the shape of his back as he walks out to the trees and back towards the blanket and study materials wait for him. It took some thinking, but once I settled down and thought rationally, I realized that I understood what they were trying to say. I was still upset, and they still needed to see where I was coming from, but it was enough that I felt like we could patch things up. Making my way back to the picnic area, I take deep breaths to try and keep myself calm. Getting angry hadn't helped anything. Griffith and Leo were sitting close, talking quietly between themselves, but when they saw me coming, they stopped and stood. Stop and stare. I forgot how the song went from here. Okay, but seriously. Anyways, Griffith had an arm around Leo's waist as if to support him, and I frowned. Still leaving me out, though I guess I can't blame him after that outburst. When I finally made my way to them, the two sets of eyes looked over at me, questioning and waiting. So, I thought about it. And? I understand that you two only met in high school, and I guess I can see how once you got together, just being the two of you became something of a habit, but to move past this, I need to know that you're going to treat me like I matter. Ray, the fact that neither of you seem concerned about how your actions are making me feel really hurts. We're trying to fix us, Ray. Like I said earlier, we're just learning how to care as much about someone else as we care about each other. Leo's arms came up to circle Griffith's waist as well, but none were offered to me. Yet again, I was being excluded, and it made my heart clench painfully in my chest. I shook my head and let out a soft sigh, gesturing to their arms around each other. That's just not good enough. Not if you're just gonna keep doing it and then say I'm overreacting if I get upset. Both of them looked at me with completely different expressions. Leo looked sad and a little upset. Griffith just looked frustrated. Maybe this is something that we should discuss when summer finals aren't around the corner? I think this is important enough to talk about right now. Well, I don't. We can talk about this after finals. If you still want to gripe us about it, fine, but we came out here to study, so maybe we should just do that? I crossed my arms over my chest and fixed Griffith with a pointed stare that he returned. It looked like I wasn't the one winning this one today. Fine. I really don't want to talk about this, but it seems the decision has been made for me. I drop down onto the blanket and take the study sheet up once again as the two boys sit down opposite of me. After a few questions, my irritation must be evident. Leo's giving me soft expression he usually reserves for when he wants something from me. Griffith, again, just looks frustrated. If you're going to keep being snippy, maybe we're better off studying on our own. The flurry of papers is loud as I toss the study guide to him. Be my guest. I pull out the exams I've been grading earlier and start tearing through yet another. The rest of the afternoon continues much the same way, and I can't help but bite back responses whenever I'm undressed, and it makes for a tense outing. Eventually, the sun starts to set as we all pack up. I can't help but feel like leaving things the way they are is a bad idea. When I feel two arms wrapped around me, I look up to see both of them giving me a smile as Leo places a kiss on top of my head. We care about you, even when you're a little grumpy. Surprisingly, those are exactly what I needed here, and the smile on my face is warm. We can talk about all of this after finals, and we'll get through it in the end. Maybe I'm the one who needs to have a little patience, and maybe admit I was wrong. Eventually. Griffith's arms tighten for a moment before he picks up the blanket, folding it and handing it to me before taking out the basket. As the three of us leave the park, I feel better than I have all day, and I know we're going to keep getting through this. No relationship is perfect, and I'm glad ours isn't. What matters most is that I can believe them when they say they care, even if they don't always act like it. And that's enough for me. I guess I'll find... Oh, there we go. So that's one of the endings. So we got the decent ending, I guess. That must have been the meh ending. It's like, okay, it was fine, but it wasn't the best ending, because the best endings involve, you know, a little dessert, if you will. I mean, we were having a picnic after all, so of course there would be dessert afterwards, if you know what I mean. But there you go. That is ending number 1 of maybe 4. I'm guessing there might be 3. Most of the time, especially in this case, it would be 3. It would be like best ending, good ending, and then bad ending. But it could also be like great, good, neutral, bad, if that makes any sense. So, well, there you go, though. So I guess we'll go through these one by one in each episode and see how we do. So I don't know how he did there. That was just a blind playthrough. So next time I'll try something else. But okay, interesting. So that is part 1. So what do you guys think about First Degree? What a Lovely Summer. Again, you can play this down below. $10 gives you the full access to this game. And again, link to the game is in the description box down below. And again, this is only the side game. There is a main game that is in development right now, and I'm looking forward to that, and that's going to be different from this. So this is just to get an idea what the characters are in their background. So it's cool. So we know Leo and Griffith are, they're not actual, they could be actual twins. I don't know. I didn't get a clear thing on that. Maybe they did address it. Maybe I just kind of went over my head, which wouldn't be surprising knowing me. But if they were twins, they were separated, but then they came back and now they're like, ooh, and then Ray got involved and now it's like, ooh, if you know what I mean. Okay, but seriously, let me know what you think in the description box down below, or in the comment box, I'm sorry. And if you want to see more First Degree, please let me know by hitting that like button down below. And of course, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe and comment also today by subscribing down below by hitting that subscription button. And other than that, I will have another episode up for you guys tomorrow of rune number 9. And just a heads up on that, I think I'm going to turn off that one filter for the game just because I don't think my stomach will handle it. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on my mood, but it's one of those where it's like, don't be surprised if I both, if you know what I mean. And it's going to be nice to go back and forth between that and this, because this seems like a good, like, I don't know, what's the best way to put it? It's like having like a very, like, I don't know, smelly meal. Maybe not, you know, something that like really gets your breath. Like maybe you have like a bunch of like garlic and stuff, and you have coffee afterwards type of thing. Just like get rid of the taste in your mouth. I don't know. It's a clean palate is what I'm saying. It's a good way to clean the palate, especially considering what rune number 9 is going to consist of, you know? So it's nice to come back to this. But again, let me know in the comments down below, and thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later, okay? Love you, and don't forget to stay awesome. Bye.